Campaigning for Naga People's Fronts at poll-bound Manipur, Nagaland Chief Minister appeals to support NPF candidates and make them victorious with thumping majority. Addressing the gathering and at Senapati, Rio reminds that if Naga survive, everybody will survive. Therefore, Naga comes first. As NPF kicks off campaign in full swing in Manipur, UDA chairman and former chief minister of Nagaland, T.R. Zillian, while addressing a campaign rally, says NPF party is not just a political party, but a people's movement to bring early settlement of Naga political issue. With Nagaland slated for assembly elections in early 2023, Chief Minister Nltv cites he is not looking forward to 2023 elections, but looking forward for a solution to the protracted Naga political problem. Chakisang Students' Union celebrates its Platinum Jubilee at Fact Town under the theme Towards a Refined Guild. Gracing the occasion as chief guest, Chief Minister Nltv urges Nagas to start anew as one family, with no hurt burning against one another or deceiving one another to create disharmony in the society. The second South Asian Athletic Federation Cross Country Championship and 56th National Across Country Athletic Championships all set to be held in Nagaland on March 26. The championships, which was initially scheduled for January 15, was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Welcome to Nagaland TV. You're watching English Prime Time. I'm Yashira and now the news in detail. Chief Minister Nltv, while addressing the gathering in Manipur for NPF's campaign, said all the political parties should come together to bring early solution to the Naga political issue. Speaking at formal kick-off of NPF's political campaign, Rio said that he started his political career with NPF, which was earlier known as UDF. He further mentioned that NPF was formed to preserve and promote the identity, tradition, culture for the Naga families. He further went on to say that NPF and NDPP are in alliance with BJP and that there should not be any restrictions to come and campaign in the ensure Manipur polls. Rio also said that as neighbors we can grow together side by side and it is a process of nation building. He also said that it is a historic opportunity to come together to elect NPF candidate for Naga and that it will speak volumes. He also spoke on the voting incident and said that it was a mistake of the armed forces. He mentioned that repealment of AFSPA might take time because the parliament process has to take place. Furthermore, he appealed to support the NPF candidate with thumping majority for Naga issue to be resolved so that people can move forward. He stated that Naga dominated hills in Manipur to think about the Nagas and themselves.
And in 2009, 28 July, we changed the name of Nagaland People's Front into Naga People's Front to make a larger vision for all the Nagas to participate in the people's movement for our identity, for tradition, for our culture, for oneness, and for Naga family. It is about 25 years of negotiation. And because of this, for the state of Nagaland, 60 members coming together, as I had mentioned, under the banner of United Democratic Alliance, basing on
With the Manipur Assembly polls closing in, the NPF Nagaland unit has kicked off campaign for the party in full swing. UDA chairman and former Chief Minister of Nagaland, T.R. Zillian, while addressing a campaign rally in Manipur, congratulated all the candidates for being selected. T.R. Zillian further went on to appreciate Nagaland's CM Nafuriyo for lending support to NPF in Manipur polls. T.R. Zillian stated that NPF was formed specially for welfare of Nagas and progress has always been topmost priority of NPF. He added that NPF party is not just a political party but a people's movement to bring early settlement of Naga political issue, and said that it's important for them to stand together as single entity and that they can't afford to speak in different voices after 24 years of political dialogue.
To congratulate all the 10 NPF officials, candidates and election committee members of NPF party. Today, again, we are going to face perhaps another election for solution. If such historic resolution agreement was not abrogated by the BJP party, then Naga political solution might have been concluded in 2018. Dear friends, I am narrating this event to let you understand that NPF party is the only party that is.
The government of Nagaland, through an order on Tuesday, announced relaxations of COVID-19 restrictions. Notably, offline classes for students studying in pre-primary classes will be permitted from March 1, subject to 50% attendance and parental consent of student concerned and adherence to COVID-19 appropriate behavior. While the night curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the state will also be lifted from Wednesday. The order further mentioned that the requirement for carrying a negative COVID-19 test report while entering the state also stands withdrawn. Furthermore, it stated that all kinds of public gatherings, both indoors and outdoors outside the containment zones, will be allowed 100% capacity attendance, subject to all the participants being asymptomatic and fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, malls, shopping complexes, restaurants, cinema halls, theatres, parks, places of entertainment and recreation areas will also be allowed to open 100% capacity. Bus services, inter-district bus service, taxi and other public transportation will also be allowed to operate beyond 50% and up to 100% capacity, subject to the drivers, attendants and passengers being asymptomatic and fully vaccinated against COVID-19. It also went on to state that violators of the order will be prosecuted against under the relevant sections of the Disaster Management Act 2005. Besides, action under Section 188 of IPC and other legal provisions will be levied. Chakisang Students' Union celebrated its 75th years of Platinum Jubilee on 14th to 16th February 2022 at Fake Town under the theme Towards a Refined Guild. The inaugural guest on 15th February was Chief Minister Nafuriyo. CM Rio, while addressing the gathering during the inaugural session of the Platinum Jubilee celebration, Chakisang Students' Union said that the central government and the Naga nationalist groups are willing to give more seats to Nagaland in both houses of parliament. Rio said Nagas need to start anew as one family with no hurt burning against one another or deceiving one another to create disharmony in the society. Notably, the theme speaker of the Jubilee was Dr. Zavise Room, Professor SEERT Kohima, while Avezo Kevin Kapu was elected as the new president of the Chakisang Students' Union during the celebration of the Platinum Jubilee. With Nagaland slated for assembly elections in early 2023, Chief Minister Nefurio cited that poll contenders are preparing for the polls in a festival mood. The minister, while speaking at the Platinum Jubilee celebration of Chakisang Students' Union at Factown, stated that he is not looking forward to the 2023 elections, but looking forward for a solution to the protracted Naga political problem. Rio stated that because unless there is a settlement of the Naga political issue, there is no perfect peace in our land. He said that artificial peace prevails in Nagaland and that there is no peace of mind in the state. Nagaland Chief Minister Nefurio, while addressing a gathering at the Platinum Jubilee celebration of Chakisang Students' Union, stated that for the first time, the Government of India and the Army has accepted their mistakes on the unfortunate voting incident last year. He went on to explain as how the Armed Forces Special Powers Act came to force in Nagaland and stated that the AFSPA came in power in the year 1958 to combat insurgency in Nagaland. He mentioned that the Nagaland government is demanding to repeal AFSPA from Nagaland, excluding the international borders and interstate boundaries. He further went on and stated that the central government and the Naga nationalist groups are willing to give more assembly seats to Nagaland in both the houses, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and more MLA seats in Nagaland. Littering is an important issue in the public domain. To highlight the importance of cleanliness and maintenance of public properties, Team Nltv went on a ground report at the recently built footbridge from Purana Bazar, Dimapur to Chumukatima, and it was seen that the footbridge has been littered with all sorts of trash, public bags, plastic bags, food wrappers, bottles and tobacco stains all over the bridge. The public are hesitating to walk through the footbridge due to its present condition. Let's have a look.
So viewers, apni kan itia video de dikhe panchna itu letra kan phikaina thaka do Purana Bazar loina Chumukitima tak la stretch la footbridges kan de aro itu Holy Cross Junction la footbridge de ase ado apni kan dikhi paise kiman letra gorna ase aro itu letra kan do alag loina itu mohan manu kan bra food wrappers kan aro pani bottle kan le booze bottles kan phika kan mi de nya letra gorna ase aro nya noina itu ina pillars kan devi kutka noile pan kan inyan khaina thuk mara la bishi azaro anian dikhan sina bishi letra hoina se to mohan ide kole munja do mohan sapa jaga de bole munja khamol je khamule munja holibi mohan ide hutiule munja mohan inya mohan nichor rai mohan manu rai inya letra gona rakhile kinya ho itu ekta hutiule munja ase aro hoi tasbin bi ase tasbin bi sob food bridges se tasbin duita nchina do rakhina bi dikhi paise aro kunuba do itu bi cholai ase hoi bala se du libi aro ide kole munja do itu dustbin kan bi overfull ina sob geraina inya se to concerned authorities kan gi kole mun ase gi itu kun inya itu dustbin kan rakhya ase tan itu dustbin kan la letra kan do uthaina phekai dilibi itu bi bhalo goina janai ase to ami kan sob as responsible citizens of Dimapur libi ki libi ami kan as a whole of Nagaland mohan responsible citizens hoina ami kan la Nagaland do clean bra rakhiule koshish korna aro mohan itu clean hua do mohan life mohan la health karne bi bishi bhalo aro sob karne bhalo to ami kan mohan as responsible citizens aro ko ase mohan la Nagaland sapa rakhibo karne to ami kan ena aro updates aro alag updates pai gole sai digibi Nltv moi maini with camera person to help for Nltv Dimapur.
Xenu Gas Service of Dimapur on Wednesday launched a new Indian composite cylinder, which is the latest LPG offering from Indian Oil. Notably, the cylinder has three-layered construction. It is lightweight and quite convenient for not just males but females to carry as well. It is also to be mentioned that the LPG is made up of a blow mold high-density polyethylene inner liner, which is covered with a composite layer of polymer-wrapped fiberglass and fitted with a HDPE outer jacket.
I'm happy to introduce the new cylinder that's being launched by the IOCL, and just want to talk a few points about the benefits and the advantages of the new composite cylinder. It's basically very lightweight, and it comes with a translucent fiber on the side. Like, you can check the levels of the LPG against the light. Compared to the earlier cylinder that we used to get from IOC, there was no way that consumers could not know the weight or could not know the levels of the LPG that's been filled inside. Now with this, the consumer has an easier way of tracking the usage of the LPG, so it'll be easier for them to know when to get their refills next. Furthermore, the new body is made in such a way that it's rust free. So basically it would not leave any stains or marks on the floors or any other surfaces. And moreover, it's also very safe to use compared to the old cylinder, which has a tendency to burst. God forbid, but this one actually the body will just melt off. All right. And also the one best advantage is for ladies. It's very lightweight, and so it's very easy for them to handle and carry also. The weight is 16.3 kgs, as you can see in the composite cylinders. The weight of the LPG is 10 kgs, and the fiber body is just 6.3 to 6.4 kgs. So total comes up to around 16.
The second South Asian Athletic Federation Cross Country Championship and 56th National Cross Country Athletics Championship is all set to be held in Nagaland on March 26. This was informed by Media Cell of Nagaland Athletics. The championship will be held at the Indira Gandhi Stadium in Kohima. It is to be mentioned that the South Asian countries under the banner of SAAF confirmed the participation of the athletes and officials, while all the affiliated units and associations of the AFI have also confirmed participation for the same. Notably, Nagaland Athletics will conduct state trials for selection of the athletes for the state-level coaching camp, after which the team from Nagaland will be selected. It may be mentioned that the championships, which was initially scheduled for January 15, was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Wokha District Administration and District Level Center for Women Mahila Shakti Kendra, under the aegis of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, on Monday donated PPE kits to Dr. Motswo Memorial District Hospital, Wokha. Notably, the PPE kits were handed over to the medical superintendent by SDOC Selemla S. Sangtam. It is to be mentioned that Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is a campaign of the Government of India that aims to generate awareness and improve the efficiency of welfare services intended for girls in India. Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority Tuesday State Press Accreditation Committee held a meeting at Chief Secretary Conference Hall, Kohima, on Tuesday. Notably, the meeting was held to take up new applicants for press accreditation and other related issues. The meeting was attended by the committee members and officials from the Department of Information and Public Relations. Chief Secretary J. Alam, while chairing the meeting, extended greetings to all the representatives from media houses and press clubs and called on the Department of Information and Public Relations to review the press accreditation rules and amend them wherever necessary in a comprehensive manner. Nongthombam Biren Singh is likely to continue as the Chief Minister of Manipur if the Bharatiya Janata Party comes to power. BJP spokesperson and in-party in charge of Manipur, Sambit Patra, while addressing an election gathering at Langthabal in Imphal West District on Monday, stated with confidence that the party will win the elections in Manipur with two-thirds majority and will form an able government under the leadership of N. Biren Singh. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, State Party Chief A. Sharda Devi, CM Biren Singh were also present during the election gathering. Also, the BJP party has not announced the face of the next chief ministerial candidate.
No, discussion is on and the discussion will continue, not finalized yet. Yeah. BJP is going to contest all 60 seats. You see, massive change will be there. Massive change means, earlier we got only 21. This time we will get double of it. We are working hard to get two-thirds majority, and accordingly, just we are not assuming it. As per the ground situation, what we have done in the earlier previous 5 years, calculating it and with the people's response, I'm claiming it that at least we will cross two-thirds. You see, the peoples of Manipur want peace and development. Manipur were known as the troubled state in the entire nation and in the entire world. But in the last 5 years, with the blessing of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Union Home Minister Amit Shah ji and the other leaders, state government able to work in the grassroots, and we can keep maintaining peaceful coexistence with the different communities.
Hyderabad police have registered a case against Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma over his derogatory comments on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. Following the complaint filed by TPCC President Revnath Reddy, a case has been registered under sections 504 and 505(2) of the Indian Penal Code at Jubilee Hills Police Station of Hyderabad City. According to TPCC President, the remarks that Sharma made is not just an insult to the Gandhi family, but insult to the women of the country, while he further demanded immediate arrest of the Assam Chief Minister. With political warfare intensifying ahead of Punjab polls, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday blasted Congress and Aam Aadmi Party by calling that the latter is the photocopy of Congress and both are indulging in shadow boxing. While addressing a rally in Pathankot, PM Modi said that in form of AAP, the Congress has got a partner in crime. One pushed Punjab's youth into drugs and the other is getting young people addicted to alcohol. They speak the language of Pakistan. He further slammed Congress for questioning and asking for proof of the Pulwama attack. Lashing out at the Congress Prime Minister said that the BJP government sees Punjab through the eyes of Punjabiyat while the opponents see through the lens of politics. PM Modi, hinting at Congress, said wherever BJP established itself, the remote control family was wiped out. The Prime Minister asked the people of Punjab to give 5 years to the party and promised that industries will be better and farmers will prosper in the BJP government.
मुझे आपके लोगों ने दशकों तक ऐसे दलों को बर्दाश्त किया, अब उन्हें इस बार भाजपा को मौका देना है। और मैं परसों जालंधर आया था, मुझे यहां से जो खबरें मिल रही है, पंजाब ने पक्का कर लिया है, इस बार पक्का परिवर्तन, भाजपा की सरकार। भाइयों और बहनों, कांग्रेस पार्टी की करतूतों का साथ देने के लिए अब उन्हें पार्टनर इन क्राइम भी मिल गया है, पार्टनर इन क्राइम भी मिल गया है। अब ये दोनों पार्टियां मिलकर पंजाब में नूरा कुश्ती कर रहे हैं, नूरा कुश्ती। WWF आता है ना, हाँ, ये कर रहे हैं जी। ये आमने सामने होने का दिखावा कर रहे हैं। आप मुझे बताइए, दिल्ली में पहली बार आप पार्टी की जो सरकार बनी थी, उसको पूर्ण बहुमत नहीं था, उसको पूर्ण बहुमत नहीं था। किस पार्टी ने उनको सरकार बनाने के समर्थन दिया था? किसके समर्थन से दिल्ली में वो पहली बार मुख्यमंत्री बने थे? तो एक ही चट्टे बट्टे के लोग हैं कि नहीं है? ये जेरोक्स कॉपी है कांग्रेस की, चाल चलन सब वही है। आपने ये भी देखा होगा, कांग्रेस के नेता प्रचार करने जाते हैं तो किसके विरुद्ध में बोलते हैं भाइयों? ये कांग्रेस के जितने नेता आए हैं, इनका भाषण किसके खिलाफ होता है? सिर्फ और सिर्फ मोदी के खिलाफ बोलते हैं, सिर्फ और सिर्फ भाजपा के खिलाफ बोलते हैं, क्योंकि उनको मालूम है आएगी तो भाजपा ही।
Actor turned activist Deep Sidhu, accused of being the key conspirator of the Red Fort violence on Republic Day last year, died Tuesday evening after his car hit a truck on Kundli-Manesar Palwai Expressway near Kharkhoda in Haryana's Sonipat district. The 37-year-old Punjabi actor was said to be travelling from Delhi to Punjab when the incident occurred. TV visuals showed the white SUV badly damaged on the driver's side after it rammed into the stationary truck. Veteran Bollywood singer and composer Bappi Lahiri passed away on Tuesday at the age of 69 in a hospital of Mumbai. According to the hospital officials, Lahiri was suffering from obstructive sleep apnea and recurrent chest infection, which led to his death on Tuesday before midnight. Notably, Lahiri had been admitted to the hospital for a month and was discharged on Monday. However, his health deteriorated on Tuesday and was brought back to the hospital. It may be mentioned that he had multiple health issues. Furthermore, an official statement was released by the late composer's family announcing that his funeral will take place on Thursday. Bappi Lahiri, best known for popularizing disco music to the Indian mainstream, was fondly known as Bappi Da. He experienced huge success in the 1980s and 90s. He earned the title Disco King thanks to his work on films such as Disco Dancer, Namak Halal, Dance and Dance and Commando. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah expressed grief over the demise of the veteran singer-composer Bappi Lahiri on Wednesday. Kovind in a tweet remarked that Lahiri was a matchless singer-composer and his songs found popularity not only in India but abroad. Naidu, while extending condolences to Lahiri's family and followers, said that India has lost yet another veteran singer and composer and that he will always be remembered for his foot-tapping numbers. Modi took down to Twitter and remarked that Lahiri's music was all-encompassing, beautifully expressing diverse emotions. Meanwhile, Shah stated that Lahiri's demise leaves a big void in the world of Indian music. Lahiri, who popularized disco music in India in the 80s and 90s, died at Criticare Hospital, Mumbai on Wednesday due to the obstructive sleep apnea. The Board of Control for Cricket in India has created a special point system if there is a COVID-19 outbreak during a match and has decided to continue the match even if 11 players are not available from a side. According to the playing conditions distributed to the state associations by BCCI on 1 point, each will be awarded to the teams if a first innings result is not completed because of the COVID-19 situation. Considering the prevailing pandemic situation, the BCCI has said the match will continue if 9 players are available from a side. Another new rule is tapping on a bowler's hand. The bowler has to remove all kind of tapping from his bowling hand if he wants to bowl, and which is not negotiable. During knockout games, which team will qualify for next round will be determined by higher run quotient or spin of the coin. The BCCI has also limited the time limit for an injury break to 4 minutes. Homegrown e-commerce platform Flipkart on Tuesday launched a sell-back program which will allow consumers to sell their used mobile phones and redeem the right buyback value in the form of a Flipkart e-gift voucher. The Bengaluru headquartered firm said that the program will be applicable for all mobile phones whether purchased on Flipkart or not and will be rolled out to additional categories later this year. Furthermore, stated that the program is already live across 1,700 pin codes in cities such as Delhi, Kolkata and Patna. Delhi's air quality on Wednesday morning was in the poor category with the overall air quality index touching 235. Several areas in the national capital including Delhi University, Pusa, Lodhi Road and Indira Gandhi International Airport Terminal 3 recorded air quality in the poor category with an AQI of 262, 249, 228 and 215 respectively, while air quality at IIT Delhi was in the moderate category with AQI at 176. Meanwhile, SAFAR in its bulletin predicted that AQI is likely to improve on February 19 and 20 due to high wind speed and strong dispersion. 6 persons of a family were killed when their car rammed into a container truck during the early hours of Wednesday around 3 a.m. The accident took place in Ayodhya-Lucknow highway in Barabanki district of Uttar Pradesh. The incident occurred when the family was on their way home in Ayodhya. The deceased has been identified as Ajay Kumar Verma, his brother, his brother's wife and 2 children. The police have taken the bodies into their custody and sent them for autopsy. That is all for now. Keep watching Nltv for more news and updates.
Nltv, Sop Manulaga Awaz. Watch us live on Jio TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram,